Namaste, Vanakkam, Adab, Sasrikal, Namaskaro. How are you all? Sorry, am I audible to you? నేను మీకు వినిపిస్తున్నానా? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jeet, how are you, my friend?
Yes, sir.
You told you are fine, right?
Yes, sir. I'm fine.
आप लोग कैसे हैं? केमनो आचो?
Hello, sir.
Nice. Then we'll start the session. Just give me a second.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. I guess it is Aarti, ma'am.
आरती. Yes, sir.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Fine, sir. आप बोलिए कैसे हैं?
Ma'am, by God's grace, I am feeling well now.
Okay, sir.
Last session, I was, deeply disturbed. I mean, in the sense,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but it's okay. I guess yesterday onwards, I'm feeling so better, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Friends, I will wait for one more minute. I guess some people are going to join now. Just give me one more minute, please. We'll discuss today's most important topics. Women Reservation Bill. We'll discuss the bill, main articles which they are going to introduce from the Indian Constitution. 2, we'll discuss about India-Canada tussle. And 3, we'll discuss about hypertension. If all possible, we may take extension also. It may be extended to 1 hour, extra half an hour also. Please don't mind, okay? All important topics, don't miss. Why is this so loud? Hey, Abed. Okay, we'll start now. Women Reservation Bill, Special 128 Bill was introduced to the Constitution. Sorry, this 128 Bill right now introduced in Indian Parliament. Complete Parliament passed yesterday. I mean, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha both passed. Now it will go for the President assent. All right. Before going to introduce the bill, I would like to give you a brief intro. When civilizations like Russia, China, even India, to some extent, India, these 3 civilizations gave some women rights. As you are not Russians, I'm not Russian. Not going to explain Russian civilization. Coming to Indian civilization, my dear friends, we are well aware about how India gave importance. Indus Valley civilization worshipped Mother Goddess. Next, Vedic civilization had a unique culture called as Brahmavadinis. Say it can be Maitri, then Gargi. So there are some examples of Brahmavadinis. They are learned sages. We have rishis, no? The female version is called as Brahmavadinis. Such a powerful community is about. Then we read the stories of so-called women warriors. Say it can be Rani Rudramma. Just an example, Rani Rudramma. So all these people are indicating that women has a respectable position. So if you go here, Vedic society, in Sabha and Samitis, women had participation. When French Revolution happened, no women empowerment happened here. Of course, before Glorious Revolution happened, no women empowerment. Then American Revolution, not serious efforts, no serious women empowerment. See, these narrow-minded Western people doesn't have equal status to the women. See, Manusmriti, Manusmriti, chapter number 3, verses number 56. Beautiful verses. It says, Yatra Naryeshu, Yatra Naryeshu Pujyante, Tatra Ramate Devataha. Such a beautiful words. Okay. In fact, there is a continuation for it. Yatra Naryeshu na Pujyante, Yatra Yestu Nafalaytu, something is like that. Okay. But anyway, I want to confirm to you, my dear friends. Here, a beautiful intro we can understand. Women got some respectable position in the Indian society. Coming to Britishers, Government of India Act 1935 created separate electorate system to women. Such a beautiful thing. So women got respect. Further, you see, Indian Constitution Assembly itself, Constitution itself a social engineering document. A social engineering document. So a social engineering document. Friends, here is the point I want to confirm to you. We have the particular issue called Article 15, Article 14, and you have Article 325. Irrespective of your gender, you can get the voting right. Voting right can be attainable to you if you got 21 years at that time, now 18 years. So all these things I want to show to you how Indian women has her respect in the history of India. Indian women got respect from it in its history. You can see how it was placed in history, Vedic civilization, Brahmavadinis, Sabhas, Samitis, Manusmriti, Government of India Act, and even Constitution Assembly. However, India does the participation of women is very low in India. That is, women participation within the so-called politics is low. Okay, is low, and that is the most important problem. That is the most important problem. According to PRS dot legislation, a research think tank stated it is 15.2% are the women. 15%, 2.2% are the women. Even Interparliamentary Union stated only 82 women are there in India. 82 women. Okay. So this is very interesting. So this is a very interesting one. So 15.2% according to PRS dot legislation, Interparliamentary Union stated 82 MPs in Lok Sabha. 82 MPs in Lok Sabha. In fact, even states have very less number of women representatives itself. So women representation is low in India. You can ask me a straightforward question, sir, why we should represent women? Why we should represent women? Because how men can understand women issues perfectly. Okay, men understanding women issues is very low. For example, I met one politician in Andhra Pradesh. He said we tried to eradicate poverty in Andhra Pradesh. I asked him, have you done anything against period poverty? He asked me, what is period poverty? I said, lack of safety and accessible sanitary napkins is one of the major issue for the women health during the menstrual cycle. He said, no, don't discuss all these things because these are anti-culture and anti-social. I said, you fool, that is anti-health, not about all these things. Women can understand women issues more betterly than men. But unfortunately in India, most of the women issues are dealt by men only. I saw one report in one of the newspaper. In investigation of assault cases, harassment cases also, there is lack of women police. Hardly entire Indian police consists of 8% of 8% of women. Women representation is needed. Women representation is needed with empowerment. That I will come to the end of the bill. But anyway, so now we have this issue called as women representation is low. For a better understanding, for a better representation, for a better inclusive development. So better understanding, better representation, and for a better inclusive development, we need women to the Indian political representation. So for that, we have amendment 128 bill. So it was introduced, so almost it was began a couple of centuries. Devagada government in 1990 started it. Rajiv tried a bit, but this is the time it was successfully passed by the parliament. So number one, what it did, first of all, it introduced the new articles to the Indian Constitution. पहले 239 AA. 239 AA was introduced beautifully. What it said? It says there shall be seats reserved to the Lok Sabha Assembly in NCT Delhi. They missed Puducherry. I don't know why. Okay. So 239 AA, they introduced it. Okay. Further, within that, there will be 1/3 of seats to the SCs. Remember this. This will continue for everything. Next, we have Article 330. I hope you are note it down for those who are writing for non-IAS exams. Your West Bengal Public Service Commission exams, your SSC exams, your Chhattisgarh exams, your Andhra Pradesh exams, your Telangana exams. Do remember this. Simple question can be framed. Which of the following articles could be introduced to the Constitution by the 128th Constitution Amendment? 239 AA is one. And then it is 330. So 330 it is there. So here now it is 239. See, 239 AA, PA is added and BC is added. Don't touch it. 239 added way back previously itself. Okay. Next, Article 330 is there. This 330 is adding 330A, which is reservation of women seats to the Lok Sabha. And then within that, 1/3 of seats will be given to the SCs and STs. Do remember this. It will come again and again. Then it is 332. So in simple, you can write 330, and 330A is providing 330A is providing seats to the reservation of seats to the Lok Sabha. Next, 332A is added. So this is adding to the state assemblies. So 330A to the House of People Lok Sabha, 332A to the Legislative Assemblies, 334A reservation of seats in effect. That is, it will be added. It will be added. When it will be added, so this section is added. 334A is stating your answer that it will be added after the census. After the census, the new census, it will be added. So after the new census, it will be added. Try to understand. After the new census only, it will be added. Okay. After new delimitation, can I get an information from your session? How many of you are aware about delimitation?
Yes, sir.
If you are not aware, please raise your hand. I will explain. If you are not aware, delimitation, I think only few hands were raised. Those who said yes, can you brief me what is delimitation? People who said yes, I'm interested to know what is delimitation from your beautiful voice. Or else I will explain. What do you want? You want to explain, or you want to give me a chance to explain it? भाई साहब, मैं इधर इंतजार कर रहा हूँ, बोलिए कुछ, शुरू कर दो.
तो डिलिमिटेशंस में ये एक प्रोसेस है जिसमें रिस्ट्रक्चर करना होता है पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम्स को. इसके बाद ही जो न्यू सेंसस के हिसाब से जो भी न्यू डेटा है उसके according.
Absolutely correct. You're almost correct. So, not
Thank
exactly
you,
correct.
sir.
You are almost correct. Very good. So, after what is delimitation? It is nothing but adjustment of constituencies. Adjustment of constituencies, meaning territorial constituency. For example, you have Kolkata constituency and the very famous, Nandigram constituency. Then we have, let us say, Midnapur. So you have the constituencies, no, that will be adjusted after every census. That adjustment, so this adjustment of territorial constituencies will be done after every census by a body called as delimitation commission. That's it. Simple. It will be appointed by, any guess? Appointed by?
Election Commission.
Not exactly, madam. It is the president will appoint this. The president of India will appoint this. Any article, madam? Yes, it is Article 82 of Indian Constitution should be read with Article 170 of Indian Constitution. That's it. Clear with that. Nothing more than is important. So I hope now we got a clarity. So after the fresh delimitation, we will enforce this. Not immediately. That is where opposition parties saying no, you should enforce immediately. Rahul Gandhi became coolie. Okay, he want to enforce delimitation. Not possible, my dear friends. According, there is a loop here. So after these elections, they most probably, because 2026 they are expecting to be census will be completed. So after this delimitation, we may get this. I guess 2029 elections will see women reserved seats and contest. Further, one more interesting thing is we have rotation of seats. This is one more controversial thing. Why rotation of seats is controversial? For example, today let us imagine Kolkata this 5 years reserved for the women. This will go to next time after 5 years. This may not be there. Kolkata will be given for next one more. Let us say this will be non-women category. So some general men, maybe transgender, maybe other person will stand here. Let us say. Now this will go, Kolkata women reservation will go to the next constituency, maybe some other XYZ, let us say. Now, this is one more challenge. Why? For example, if Kalyan became member of parliament, if I want to contest for next time, sure, I will do the things with accountability, no? With accountability, I will do. Maybe next time people may not vote. Maybe next time people may reject me. Maybe next time people may feel bad about my performance. People may, oppose me as an MP. So I should do my works for proper, for getting more response. मैं कुछ करना है लोगों की मदद यानी सपोर्ट लेने के लिए कुछ करना है. This things will be in my mind if I want to recontest. Unfortunately, my dear friends, this rotation system will impact that accountability. Do remember that. Okay. So rotation system, which was placed in Article 334A, will impact the accountability. Okay. So that is there. Next. Then we have that reservations will be given to the other systems also. So objectives will be there. No, Nari Shakti. In fact, the bill name itself, the interesting name they kept. Okay, the objectives are very simple. Representations are already happening in Panchayat system. You know very well, 1/3 of seats for women only. So now it is the time to have the things. So in line of different government schemes, Ujjwala Yojana, क्या है उज्ज्वला योजना? बोलिए मैडम एंड सर.
जिसमें शायद गैस सिलेंडर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हुआ था.
You are wrong. Anything. It is LPG cylinder scheme which is provided by Government of India. Swachh Bharat Mission toilets were constructed. On the name of the woman itself. Mudra Yojana loans will be given to the women. So this is how things are happening. So this representation will help the government and So if the bill is informed, so nothing, I mean, money will not be spent from the Consultant Fund of India, that is for the election and everything. It will be done as per the process itself. That's it. So last point is not very much important for us, but all these are very important for us. Okay. So do remember these points, quite important for all of us. I hope you are clear with the things. Any doubts on women issues? Any doubts? I will wait for 30 seconds. ఆకాశం తాకే నీ ఆత్రంతనలు మనసారా విన్నాను. That is advantage. I will send notes, don't worry. ఏమిటి ఘోరం? 30 seconds are gone. Shall I go to the Canada and USA program? I mean, Canada and Indian trouble. Shall I start? Canada and India issue?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Yes, you can find the notes. Okay. Chalo. We'll go for the next thing. I guess you are finding that cheerfulness, right, in the class. Last week this is missing. I'm teaching like very, people teaching like without energy. Yes or no? Yes or no? You missed that element in that last class, right?
Yes, sir.
Ayo, Shekhar. Thank you, Shekhar. No one is recognizing my talent except you. I really try to send you laddu and badam pappu, okay? In return, send me rosgulla and some other sweet, okay?
Yes, sir.
Just send me your address. I will send you tomorrow itself. Right. Chalo. We'll start Canada and India issue. Friends, this issue is widely debated. Every newspaper, every YouTube channel making videos like anything. But mostly they missed some background story, in my opinion. There is a saying in international relations. I mean, not saying exactly. A popular statement usually scholars will say. Sometimes geography may separate, but other interest will unite. Now that is very suitable to the Canada-India relations beginning. Geography may separate, but other interest is uniting. But anyway, both are colonized by British only. So both are colonized by British only. So the entire Canadian Constitution is nothing but British North America Acts. 1/4 of Indian Constitution is nothing but Government of India Act 1935. So both are having colonial legacy today also. Number one. Number two, both are tied with democracy, multiculturalism, and both are having a common what do you call colonial legacy. Both are mostly. Interestingly, there was a famous incident which was repeatedly asked in several non-IAS exams. Kamagatamaru incident. It is a ship, no? It is a ship carrying sick people. Do you remember the word? Sick people. And reached so-called Canada, but however, they were denied it and they returned to Kolkata again. So it is connected to you, in fact. Okay. Now it is interesting that this one of the incident, even one of the reason for the Sikh agitation or Punjabi's agitation before Jallianwala Bagh continues to that. So this is one more connection for us. And next we have separatist movements. So what is this separatist movements is about? We have the word Khalistan. No? What is Khalistan is about? Friends, the word Hindustan derived from the Greek words. The word Pakistan is from the letter of a student. His name is Chaudhary रहमत अली. भाई साहब ने एक पॉम्पलेट लिखा है पिछले उधर कैम्ब्रिज है ना. आजकल हमारा राहुल गांधी भी उधर गया कैम्ब्रिज. सो उधर so he wrote one pamphlet and that pamphlet became very popular. So that pamphlet became popular, and that pamphlet was written by a person called as Chaudhary Rahmat Ali. Okay, Chaudhary Rahmat Ali. So that pamphlet became very popular. The pamphlet title itself very interesting. Now or never. I guess an famous English song with the beautiful lyrics. So now, I mean, when Hindus having an idea like India is for Hindustan, no, today also Pakistan will blame like that. And Islam has Pakistan. Now, one more group is there. That is Sikh people. Sikh people even having that fantasy of creating their own nation. For that, they brought some historical event like we have, famous Sikh empire previously under Ranjit Singh. हमने discuss किया ना उधर. I mean, when I was discussing about India China border conflict issue and Jammu and Kashmir issue, we discussed this. Ranjit Singh is there. So friends, I want to confirm to you that this particular issue became very popular. So to create, when we have Pakistan, a pure land of Islam, when we have Hindustan, a pure land of Hindus, why don't we have a pure land of Khalsa? That is called as Khalistan. All right. So Khalistan movement began with the creation of a separate Sikh homeland. Now, this was supposed to be created from India and Pakistan. Till Pakistan objections are not matter for concern. However, Indian government subject is matter for concern. India denied it. India rejected. India don't want to encourage any kind of separatist movement, and they suppressed it. Famous one is Operation Blue Star. We discussed almost in the month of June. Check your old notes. It will be there. Now, that is Kamagatumaru incident. That is Khalistan issue. So we got Khalistan issue, separate Khalistan issue. We understood. Now, Sikh people has a mentality. You should understand this mentality before I'm going to explain that. What is that mentality? Sikh people will do, war for injustice things. Okay. They won't. Just a second, my dear friends. Just a second. Okay. So Sikh people won't tolerate injustice. They will do war. So generally, not every religion had this kind of. I believe most of the religions had this fight. Fight against injustice. For example, we have yada yada hi dharmasya claric bhavatu bharata abhyuttana madhamasya tadatpanam ezamaham. Whenever injustice happen, I will come. Lord Krishna said. and even do whenever the dharma is in conflict. No, we can do war. That war is not possible. You can do. If you die, what happened? What happened? Arjuna asked, if I die, no problem. Hatova praptate swargam jitva va bokshase mahim. Tasmad uttista kaunteya yuddhaya krutanichaya. No problem. Go ahead. So you see, that element is also there. You can ask me one question, how it came to Sikh mentality. Because Sikh community witnessed the death of two gurus, Guru Arjun Dev, Guru Tegh Bahadur. Arjun Dev killed by Jahangir, Tegh Bahadur was killed by Aurangzeb. So after that, Sikh people militarized themselves. By 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh, created that, Khalsa, 5 Ks, militarized themselves. Sikh people know how to do war, and Sikh people believes on hard work and getting the things under their control. So Sikh community itself has that element of fighting spirit in their mindset. Most of the British army filled with Sikh people only. Even with today's Indian army also had fighting spirit of Sikh people only. Now, I'm not praising Sikh people, okay, but the thing is the mentality I'm explaining to you. Now, both started, as I told you, colonial legacy is there, shared democracy, multicultural. Nehru and Indira addressed the Canadian Parliament. But however, 1971, we have friendly relations with USSR. No, we have USSR India friendship treaty just before the Shimla War. I mean, in liberation of Bangladesh war. So this was there. Interestingly, my dear friends, after that, Canada became anti-India. So after here, Canada opposed India and USSR relations. Canada opposed it. Canada rejected it. And however, before that, we have very good relations. Cyrus, we call Cyrus. I will tell you interesting link between Cyrus and Pokhran 1. I will tell you that. What is Cyrus, sir? Cyrus is Canada and India. Cyrus is Canada and India. Canada, Cyrus is Canada, India. Cyrus is Canada, India, reactor utility service. Reactor utility service. Canada, India, reactor utility service. 1954, my dear friends. Sir, what is this Cyrus is about? So they used to do some research here. At that time we have Homi Jahangir Baba. Homi Jahangir Baba, the father of Indian nuclear technology. So we conducted some research by using plutonium fuel, nuclear fuel, which we brought it from Canada itself. So India imported a sufficient amount of plutonium. Beyond the research only it imported. Canada never asked why. Interestingly, when Pokhran 1 was conducted, very well, Pokhran was conducted in 1974 under the leadership of Raja Ramanna. Raja Ramanna called Indramma. Indramma means the modern Mamatala Talli, the ultimate Sivagami of India. And he called, Raja Ramanna called and said, Madam, Buddha is smiling like anything. The code name they used is Buddha, to make Buddha to smile. Friends, interestingly, in Pokhran 1, India used plutonium fluid only. There were allegations. I'm not telling it is true. There were allegations. India diverted this research plutonium to Pokhran 1. There were allegations. Whether it's true or false, I'm not agreeing with you. I'm not agreeing with anyone. Differential opinion is there over this conflict. I repeat once again. Cyrus reactor in 1954 conducted research on plutonium fuel. Even India used the same plutonium fuel for the Pokhran 1, famously called as Smiling Buddha. Famously called as Smiling Buddha. Do you have an idea? Further, we have, my dear friends, we have one more incident that after 1974, we have one more test in 1998, Operation Shakti under Atal Bihari Vajpayee. This time, APJ Abdul Kalam was a mission director. So this time America imposes sanctions. Similarly, Canada also imposes sanctions on us. So Canada even imposes sanctions on us. So we went to sanctions up to almost 10 years. In 2011, we got again Stephen Harper, another prime minister from Canada. So Stephen Harper provided relief. In 2010, we have civil nuclear deal with Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and Canadian Prime Minister at that time, I guess, Trudeau, closely Trudeau. Not this Trudeau, Perari Trudeau, if I'm not wrong. More or less, they had good ties since then. I told you, geography separates, but interest joined together. Which interest is joined together? There is economic interest is there. So this is Cyrus. Today it is Trombe Atomic Power Station. Then we have economic interest. 6 billion trade is happening. Then India's investment is 4 billions. This is one interest. And you have companies, 600 Canadian companies present in India and over 1,000 companies present actively in Indian market. Because Canadian pension funds are invested in Indian market. India became active member with USA, and India is the chief guest of G7 from last 3 countries. And India is having close ties with 5 ICE countries. What are 5 ICE countries? We have Australia, we have New Zealand, we have United States of America, we have UK, and we have Canada. So India is maintaining good relations with this bloc, where Canada is an active member. So you can see, I told you in my previous statement that we have geography, separated by geography, but we have commonality, many similar interests. But why Canada is in problem? Why Canada became a problem for us? I will discuss that point. Before that, we have biotechnology partnerships. We have IC Impacts project. It's a joint project between India and Canada. IC Impacts is India-Canada Center for Innovative Multidisciplinary Partnership to Accelerate Community Transformation and Sustainability. Nothing, I'm doing overaction only. Whatever it is there here, I read it. Don't believe I am having a super brain. No. Okay. Then we have joint research in the Arctic region also. That's great. Now, such a beautiful relationship, why it is facing issues? Because of this person right now and because of this Khalistan. Why this person is important? This person is considered to be singer in Canada, a god man in some areas, but for India, he is a terrorist. But for Khalistani Orthodox people, he is a freedom fighter. Chalo, whatever it is there, I want to confirm to you, he was the mastermind behind the bomb blast in a theater in Ludhiana in 1998, around that time. He is associated with this bomb blast, and this bomb blast has happened during Janm Janm Ke Saath Hai Bhojpuri movie. Okay, Janm Janm Ke Saath Hai. In that Bhojpuri movie, blast was happened. People were died around this meeting, and he is the mastermind behind this. And a couple of years back, a video was circulated. He carrying some gun and shooting in some area in Canada only. He went to Canada as a migrant in the name of Ram Shiva, I think some different name, some Hindu name. Later he became like this. Now, why Canada is entertaining these fellows? Okay, that is where we have to ask this question again. Why Canada is entertaining these people? Yesterday, I'm watching the video of there's a person called as MES spokesperson. Okay, MES spokesperson. I'm watching for the first time ever. MES spokesperson used certain harsh statements, very harsh statements against Canada. Generally, such harsh statements we used to get from India against Pakistan for the first time ever. Instead of Pakistan, we got Canada. What was the statement? He said, Canada became the MEA spokesperson said, Canada became safe haven. Canada became safe haven for terrorists, extremist people, and organized crimes people against India. I mean, not beautiful words, unfortunate words. And government of India released some names, some organization names, which are working against India and in which they are working for Khalistan, an idea which is separatist mentality against India. So I want to add to that information. So India is not happy with Canada because now Canada became a safe haven for whom? For terrorist people, extremist people, and organized crime people, organized crimes persons who are working against India. That's it. In a nutshell, I want to confirm to you, sir, how can you tell that? For that, I can tell you that 1985, we have, Air India flight 182, Air India flight 182, famously called as Kanishka. Kanishka flight. 85 is the year after Operation Blue Star in 84, after assassination. So after Blue Star, after assassination. Okay, assassination of whom? Any guess? Bolo ma. Assassination of whom? Which prime minister? Who was the prime minister?
Sir, Indira Gandhi.
Absolutely correct. So that was the there. So they took a revenge, and this was conducted by Babbar Khalsa. Babbar Khalsa International, a Indian banned terrorist organization currently active in Canada. Now, apart from that, India also gave list of terrorist organizations which are working against India. All are happily moving in Canada. Similarly, you see Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Toiba, Al-Qaeda, how they are moving in Pakistan. Similarly, these people are moving in Canada. Straight away question, why Canada is entertaining these people? Okay. One important reason is politics. See this slide. Justin Trudeau doesn't got sufficient majority. So Trudeau got support from a party called as NDP. NDP party, National Democratic Party under Jagmeet Singh. Okay. So when Trudeau doesn't got support from sufficient majority, it is Jagmeet Singh played an important role. All right. So that was the reason. So NDP Jagmeet Singh is pro-Khalistani person. Since then, this person became extremist people. So he even spoke about 2020 farm agitation. Trudeau. He even spoke about Sikh people agitation in Punjab region. So he came to India. He went to not official visit. He went to Amritsar. He conducted a party. In that he danced for Bhangra, and he danced like a Punjabi person. That music is there. The dole music. He danced it. His wife and himself dressed as a Sikh person. So for all, he's just trying to impress the Sikh community. Why Sikh community matters? 3 to 4% of Canadian population is Indian diaspora. Within that, 40% is Sikh people only. So that is an interesting thing. All right. So my dear friends, this is where we need to work out. This is where we need to see that issues are happening. Okay, this is where issues are happening. So that is what. So this Nijjar, Hardeep Singh Nijjar is needed for India, but however he died. Canada is saying there is credible allegations that India is involved in killing. Whether it is true or not or false, I'm not going to focus. I would like to tell you it was happened. Now it is going on. Issue is going on. That's it. The next developments we will try to focus. Any doubts over Canada issue, I will feel free to ask me. I will explain within I will leave for 30 seconds. You can ask me.
Is there any other reason than politics?
Sure.
Is there any other reason other than like politics?
These are some important issues, my dear. And other than this, maybe one of my friend told, who is a research scholar like me in international relations, he told that Canada is also pressured by China. China is also, but I don't agree with that because even China doesn't like Canada. Last year G20 meeting, last year G20 meeting, Xi Jinping openly criticized. You fool! How can you discuss? How can you openly discuss diplomatic issues in public? And he's not happy. But I believe political weightage is huge. Political weightage is huge in this issue rather than other issues. I guess so, in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
I'm interested to see this person. Who is this GLOCK Lock? Is he our student? भाई साहब, आपका नाम बताइए.
Yes, sir.
What's the good name?
Sir, Chaudhary Saidur Rahman.
रहमान जी, आप पहले क्लास में आया? आपके पहला
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I changed my name.
अच्छा अच्छा, ये
After
आपका
a long time,
ये
I had
आपका
exam.
अच्छा, ये आपका पहला क्लास है और आप ओल्ड स्टूडेंट है.
पहला क्लास है सर.
अच्छा, कैसे है क्लास? पूरा बोर है?
बहुत अच्छा.
थैंक यू सो मच. मेरा नाम है कल्याण, ठीक है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we'll discuss later about your preparation in the coming classes. Okay, prepare well.
Yes, sir.
All the best.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I guess your doubts were cleared. We are now going to understand one more small issue. Recently, a report was published regarding hypertension in India. What is hypertension? When we say that I want to go out at 11 o'clock, our fathers will say, "Chup raho!" That is hypertension. Okay. When our daughters, not our daughters, not my daughter, I don't have any daughter, right? I'm telling to you, when our sisters say, "Mama, I want to go to party at 11:30," like that sounds will come, no? This is hypertension for us. But anyway, hypertension is not this one. Generally, hypertension is different one. I will tell you that. But before that, I would like to tell you what is hypertension is about. So, no one is laughing, no, except me. Cha. No joke sense is there for you. Now I got. Cha, this is the begging. No, you should laugh immediately. I am feeling bad about this. You are not laughing because of my sacredness. You are laughing. I'm very unhappy with your attitude. Anyway, friends, let's start now. Recently, a report was published by a source that saying that India is now facing hypertension, high hypertension. So that is an interesting one. So how this hypertension is worrying factor in India? Okay, and how in India we can tackle this? Let us come point to discuss. According to WHO recent reports, 188.3 million people, okay, living with hypertension. living with hypertension. Okay. So within that, only 30% are getting the 30% are getting the treatment. Okay. And only 37% are diagnosed. Remaining people, they don't know whether they had hypertension or not. So hypertension in India is very unfortunate. Is going on. So first of all, what is the definition of hypertension? Okay. Hypertension, also called as high BP. It is defined by WHO as the condition in which the force of blood against the artery, the force of against artery walls is too high. You can ask me what is the artery wall is about. Okay. So what is this artery? Arteries we read in 10th class, no? Arteries are part of cardiovascular system. They will distribute, what they will distribute?
Oxygen.
Absolutely correct. They will distribute oxygen rich blood to the entire body. So when we have this high force of blood against artery walls, that is the problem. Usually defined as 140/90, considered to be normal. And above 180.
120.
Madam.
Sir, 120/80.
Okay. I'm just going through different websites. So there is World Health Organization said 140/90 map. In Indian context, maybe it can be other awareness, but don't work out in this number if you have any confusion. For Indian context, it is 120/80. I know it, but I want to confirm to you. I quoted WHO. I told you already it is WHO stated documents. Kindly correct yourself. Okay, please to be clear. Anyway, so this is what the condition is about, and what makes this problem? What makes hypertension? Okay. So straight away reason, my dear friends, a simple reason according to Lancet. So unhealthy lifestyle. Next, sedimentary life and dietary habits. And last but not least, stress or anxiety. All are most important reasons. Further, we have obesity. Obesity is one more important reason. So this is one more problem leading to hypertension. Other friends, I would like to tell you. So these are the main important reasons to say we have high hypertensions in India. In India, hypertensions are rising. Do remember these points very carefully. Okay. So
इसकी वजह से coronary heart disease बहुत ज्यादा होता है.
consequences you can write, ma'am. So consequences
Yes,
you can add. So you can add consequences. Heart disease, diabetes is one of the reason, and people are sometimes get stroke. Sometimes even brain will be affected by hypertension. Sometimes, very rare cases it is there. Now, why India is witnessing this high amount of hypertension? One is, as I told you, poor diagnosis. Next, lack of awareness. Today, Indians are very love of new food, no? High intake of salt. Junk food at midnight. That is a passion. People are saying, what is that called as midnight parties. 12 o'clock they will cut the cake and they will eat. 12 o'clock they will eat bucket biryani. What is that nonsense? I don't know. Okay. So high salt intake, high junk food. And unfortunately, Indians are very famous for their physical activities. But today, they are mostly looking towards sedimentary life. Okay, sitting and mostly they are not doing anything. You know, no. Even UPSC students also. I saw some students 40 kgs. After 2 years, I saw him as uncle 80 kgs. क्या हुआ बेटा? सर क्या कर रहा है सर? पढ़ाई पढ़ाई कर रहा है. क्यों पढ़ाई करता? पढ़ाई तो कर रहा है नहीं. किताब तो कर रहा है, खाने के नहीं है ना. So, but they became very too thin because of one factor, that because simply sitting and working on it. That is one more unfortunate issue. So this is what things are needed. And so medicines is availability is also one more factor. So all these things are problematic things. There is the rural distress is there. So villages are divide is high. Villages are not aware about it. They are suffering like anything. Village people. Women are also facing a lot of issues. BP is common in women. Among the women, it is also common. So I request women should take care about it very carefully. So friends, this is what we can do. There is national policy against non-communicable diseases. Hypertension is part of it. So Government of India should implement this national policy of non-communicable diseases against non-communicable diseases. Hypertension should take care about it. Then diagnosis should be available and medicines should be available. Last but not least, multi-stakeholders involvement should be there. Say it can be health department, say it can be ASHA workers, say it can be A&M workers. You can use all these people should be used to counter the problem. Clear, Gina?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now I would like to tell you ask you a case study. Not case study. That if you became health officer in your area, high hypertension is prevalent, what you will do? Tell me in 2 minutes. I'll just wait.
Sir, anger management.
If you are health officer, madam, what you will do to tackle hypertension?
Sir, anger management, awareness.
Awareness. Karo. Awareness. You appoint as a health officer in Chennai. What you will do? Health awareness we cannot do in Bengal language, you know. What you will do?
सर एक्चुअली हाइपरटेंशन के लिए तो सबसे बेस्ट माना जाता है एंगर मैनेजमेंट, तो वही बेटर होगा करना.
So
शायद.
you never get anger.
हाँ सर, होता है तो नेचुरल है, बट उसका कैसे मैनेजमेंट करना है, तो थ्रू काउंसलिंग सेल या फिर कॉन्फ्रेंस ऐसे करके अवेयरनेस.
आप जैसे लोग साइकोलॉजिकल काउंसलिंग में है ना, so you will tell that. But anyway, friends, Artimam is correct. Lifestyle changes also needed, some behavior changes also. So try to manage.
We can address in.
It is my Aparna, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
Aparna.
we can address different schools and colleges and spread awareness regarding this.
Not only schools and colleges, Aparna. You can extend to community sections. Celebrities can involve. We can guide them in a better manner. No.
Yes sir, community
Yes,
based.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Information, communication, education strategy should be there. Behavior change should come. What to eat, what not to eat, how to eat, when to eat. That is the problem, no? People are not
Yes,
able
sir.
to understand when to eat. People are eating every day. So you should have gut health, no? Gut health. So digestive system should also maintain some healthy system, no?
So there are many myths regarding the habits, also healthy habits also. So that myths has to be broken.
As a officers, you should do in the coming days. Good. All right. And try to locate Armenia, Azerbaijan. We discussed it previously. It is in news because of conflict. I told you Armenia, Azerbaijan are conflicting because of Nagorno-Karabakh. Check your old notes. You can get it. So the Nagorno-Karabakh is one place. The place, just a second. I'll show you just a second. Nothing will happen. Just a second, my dear friends. Where is this? Just a second. Just a second. Please give me 1 second, please. I missed it. There's somewhere else. Come back. Hold it, my dear friends. I'm going to share the screen. Hope you're able to see the screen.
Yes.
Right. Nagorno-Karabakh. This is the location which is in news. अभी थोड़ा सा कोशिश कर लेना आपका मैप में फोकस कर लेना. It is part of Azerbaijan. You can see it. Azerbaijan hold this place since ages. Since 1980s, it is holding this place. Interestingly, this Nagorno-Karabakh consists of Armenians. So see proximity of this region, Armenians, culturally, socially, linguistically, lifestyle is completely joined with only Azerbaijan people. Unfortunately, we don't have, they don't have any kind of things there. Whatever I want to confirm to you, my dear friends, Nagorno-Karabakh is in news. Internationally, they are part of Azerbaijan, but culturally, they are part of Armenia. So these people want to join with Armenia, but Azerbaijan don't want to lose it because of its historical reasons. Friends, this is the issue. Beyond that, never try to work out. It is based on the history itself. So history says that we have, that is reasons for it. One is territory history 1920, then Soviet Union, then it is control over it. 4 days war, Azerbaijan control over it. So Azerbaijan is now controlling it with full force. Recently, one more drone attack happened there. So this time they are fighting again. So we'll wait and watch for the next developments in the coming days. That's all for today's session. I hope your knowledge grew up and you have got some kind of better inputs for the preparation. Thank you so much. Thank you for all
Thank
your
you, sir.
thank you for all your
Thank you,
time.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
for all your
Thank you.
time and something is missing, Pushpa. Okay. Why only thumbs ups and claps? Where is that? Okay. That's all. Thank you so much. Beautiful feedback. Bye bye. Take care. And next week we will have